Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is NK Charming, for those of you that are just seeing this face and this page for the very first time, okay? And you wouldn't want this to be your last time. Trust me, this shouldn't be the last time you are seeing this page. So you have to click on the subscribe button, the notification icon down below, click on it so you notified whenever I post a new video, and don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Obviously this is going to be a well detailed and a very big impacting tutorial for makeup artists, especially those that have issue when it comes to face prepping, what products to use when prepping the face, because obviously we have different kind of skin tone. We have the oily skin texture, and we have those that say my face is always very dry. Some will be like, my face is very dry, I don't even sweat it, I don't even sweat at all. Some will be like, in fact most Nigerians or most clients that I've had, divide them into two, you'll be like, oh, half of them used to complain that, or even more than half of them will be like, okay, I have an oily face, my face is very oily, it drips. Even when they know that it's oily or it's not oily, they will all say that yes, my face is oily. So as a makeup artist, you need to know what to do at that point in time, because remember, your work is actually you trying to sell your brand using their faces, right? And you won't want to do an improper face prepping, and then your clients will go out there and the makeup on its own, Adam will go to the right, Eve will go to the left. It's more or less you like bringing down your brand. So I'm going to for makeup for prepping, sorry, there are things you need to know. First you need to know is you cleanse the face. After cleansing, you tone the face. After toning, you moisturize, and then you prime. And then another thing will come after priming. So if I'm working, I cleanse, I tone, I moisturize, and then I prime. Then whatever other product that I need to work on will come in after this this row or through this manner, right? So the first thing you should do is obviously to clean the face. I have products over here on my desk, so I'm going to be showing you guys just basic products, not really that expensive. Some are, but some are just basic Nigerian brand products that you can easily get anywhere in the market. Before I just start by showing you guys the prepping process, or should I say the products that I use, I'll just give you guys 3 tips. So the first tip I'm going to give is while cleaning the face. I notice most makeup artists will just get the wipes and they just use the wipe to clean just anyhow, and then that's it. But you need to know something, okay? Always ask your client, especially edge control. Now most clients have their hair made before coming to the studio for their makeover, right? And obviously most hairstylists will have to edge the front of the hair. They won't really tell you. You on your own should know that yes, this hair, the edges has been done. So you have to be very careful when you have so much edge control on the skin of your client. Okay, I think I'll do a little bit of demonstration why you should be careful about this thing, because edge control tends to stick or to enter the pores, and edge control does not really stay with foundation. Yeah, edge control and foundation, they don't really go hand in hand. That's why most times when you are using edge control or hair wax to more or less groom your brows, we always advise use a little amount. Don't be so generous about it, because if you use it too much, edge control is usually oily, and most times it doesn't really go well with foundation. They are like Tom and Jerry, let me use that word. So if the edge control tends to fill in the pores, actually the pores of the forehead during this region here, if it actually fills in that pores, and you as makeup artist, you didn't really ask this question, and you went ahead to just clean the way we do, most of them do, just use your wipes and clean all over this region. You didn't really do a deep cleaning or use a micellar water to clean deep, so you clean deep into the pores. When you do your makeup or you're done with your makeup, you find out that things will start breaking, especially from this part, and that is the part that people see a lot. If it breaks from the other part, it's something that they can easily cover. So you should be very careful when you're working with edge control. And most time I prefer to do my edge. Either I do my edge, I will just have to tie the edge, and then clean this region properly, so I won't have to spoil the job the hairstylist did. Then maybe later I just lift it up a little bit and clean the spaces in between. Like me myself, I've actually done my, I might say I've actually done is, I'll really give these tips that I prefer you not another thing is, please try not to use or do your makeover in a very hot environment. Trust me, if the environment is very, very hot, you are actually doing almost nothing, because the temperature is not suitable for the skin. The skin already is feeling irritated, and you're adding more product to the skin. Obviously the skin will be more irritated, and anything you're putting on the skin will not work. So advice as a makeup artist, even if it happens that yes, the location you are going to, there's actually no light, you should be able to have this rechargeable fan in your bag so you can go with it. So even if the environment is hot, you have that rechargeable fan that will be helping you as well. Okay, so let's just, as I show you guys the process I'm going to use, I'll be giving you, chipping in few tips. Now the first thing I'm going to do is to wipe my face. Obviously you can use any wipe of your choice. I'm using these are normal wipes here. All right, so I actually have my edges done. Obviously I'll have some hair wax on my skin, and I'll have to focus on that first before doing a normal deep skin cleaning. So I'm going to use the wipes over to clean the pores first, more or less clean this region that I did my edges, but I won't have to touch the edge. So I'm going to work on this region first. I'm just cleaning around those regions. So take note, guys. I'm actually pressing the wipes deep into the skin, just so even if there are edges in the pores, it won't really I won't really have issues with that when I'm doing my makeover or when I'm doing my makeup. On that tip is that this wipe that I use right now to clean this part of the face, I won't really use it for any other, like the major part of the face. I won't even use it to touch, because obviously it's obvious that there are edges, edge control, sorry, on the wipes, and me using it to touch the face is like me adding more problems to the one I'm trying to solve. So any wipe I get to clean the edge, I'm done with it. I'm going to discard the wipe and then go over to clean. Now while cleaning the face, it's advisable you use a micellar water. I have this from Adventure Cosmetics, this Adventure micellar water. So we actually shake properly, because it actually has 2 layers. It's a bit oily, so the oil helps to clean deep into the skin. That's pretty much what I use. So you can use a cotton bud, a dry wipes, or a wet wipe. Basically I use either dry or wet wipes, but dry wipe would be more better to use. So I have wet wipes here, so I don't really have my dry wipes here, so I'm going to be using my wet wipes. So then clean your face very well. This also helps if you have an oily face. This will help a lot, like it go a long way. Get that done. Now this actually cleans the face down to the pores. Like it makes the pore to be more like, I won't say 100%, but very, very clean. So if you check, even if you've taken your bath, it's advisable that you also use wipe to clean your face, because your sponge don't really do the 100% job for you. So you use wipe as well to do that. So guys, when I'm done cleaning the important part of my face, I will still go over again for those parts of the face that I used my edge control on before. So I'm just going to clean it over again. So I'll allow this sit for some time, or allow it to dry up. I have my fan obviously there, so it's going to dry up my face, and then we'll come back after this. Alright guys, next thing you need to do after your cleansing is your toning. And for that toning, we have our sweat block. I have my sweat block here from FBN Cosmetic. It's actually this sweat lock spray. It actually make the face not to be so sweaty, especially for those that sweat a lot. So this can actually help to also help to lock the makeup as well. So I do this most times before. I do it before makeup, I do it during makeup, I do it after makeup. The same thing I do with my fix spray. I do my fix spray before makeup, during makeup, and after makeup. This also helps to make the makeup not to be so heavy or so let's say baked, right? So my spray here is actually very bad. It came that way and I can't really return it. So I have to, most times I change the sprayer here, and I use a different sprayer here to get it on my face. So, okay, so I'm going to allow this sit on my face for some time and we'll continue. Basically, if you want, so I'm going to have to use my hands to more or less. Please ensure that when you're doing this, your hands are already cleaned. Mine are already washed, so I'm going to just use this to blend it into my skin. So the pores will have all the sweat lock in it, so sweat won't start coming in or coming out of my face. But the next thing you should do is moisturize. So we have different things that we use to moisturize the face. You can use your fix spray to moisturize the face. I use more or less 2 or 3 products for moisturizing. I have 24K gold serum. Mine is almost finished, as you can see from Sky Cosmetics. I use this to moisturize the face. I have my vitamin C serum here. Also use this, add this to my moisturizing my face. And then I have Kiss Beauty fix spray to moisturize the face. So I use this one at a time. Okay, I will first of all go over with my vitamin C serum, and then I'm going to use this one first over at the face. I'm just going to, so you can use your brush or use your hands, either way it works. I'll go next with 24K gold serum from Sky Cosmetics. And these are moisturizers. They moisturize the face. It actually helps to prevent the face from not being so matte or so dry. Okay, because if you are trying to get a makeup look or a fine finish, you don't want it to be so dry. You want to have this a little bit of an oily kind of finish look, but not like so oily and not so dry, right? So these are things that will help the face, keep the face moisturized, so it won't be so dry, and also not to be so oily. Okay, so I'm going to press this down into the skin. Very fast. Now what I'll do next is, so I'll just spray the face, yeah, and then allow it sit for some time while it dries, and then we'll continue with the go to the next stage, which is the priming stage. Alright guys, so for face primer, you should know which kind of, because we have mattifying primer, we have oil control primer, we have different type of primer. Actually, there are primer that are used for oily faces, and there are primer that you can use majorly for faces that are too dry. It's advisable you know the kind of face your client have, because some people have oily face obviously, and some have a matte face, more like a dry face, and you really want to have your makeup to have, most time makeup to have matte finish, right? You don't want it to be so dry. That's a matte finish kind of look. You want to have a little bit of not so oily and not so dry. So I basically use these 2 primer. Well, basically these 2 primer. This is actually a mattifying primer. It dries very very fast, and this actually have more like a gel like texture. So yeah, so I'm just going to show us how I get to use it. I love using my brush. This is actually from MK Cosmetics. So I'm going to use this brush to apply my primer. I'm starting with the mattifying primer first, and then I'll go over it with the other primer. Now this is what it comes out like. It looks more like a cream. Okay, so I'm just going to, please, if you have been trying to blend it very fast, because it has this matte finish, it dries pretty very fast. So if you are someone that doesn't know how to blend very fast, I advise you do it one step at a time. Okay, focus on the part first and then blend it out, because it dries very fast. So I'm just going to focus on this part first and blend it in. It's not actually a must that you must mix different primer. If you want, you can. I don't want to give room for mistake, especially when I'm working on a client. I don't want to hear, oh, this happened and this did not happen. So I give myself this kind of notion when I'm working on products, so I won't have issues with my client. Other primer from Zika Cosmetics, it actually have this kind of a gel like effect. Let me show you guys how it looks. So this is the way it looks. It comes out like a gel. So I'm going to just take this from my hand here and apply it on the face. So I focus this one majorly on the part that I'm majorly going to highlight. I use it a lot over those regions. So majorly under the eyes, my nose bridge, the forehead, and then the jaw there. Okay, this primer also dries, but it's not as mattifying as the Stay Matte primer. I love this, especially the Zika Cosmetic primer. I love this. I've been using this for a while now. I can't even remember how many tubes I've used, because I've used a lot of it. So as you can see, my face is actually feeling so matte. You can see from as it's feeling so dry. So because I don't really want my makeup to come out looking all that dry or that matte, I'm going to be using a glow oil for that. So this is actually not a must. This NYN liquid illuminator, it's actually not a must. Like it's not a must that you must use it as a makeup artist, but most times I love when my foundation have this glowing undertone, like it glows underneath the foundation. So that's why I use both my glow oil here. This is actually from Cosmetics, and this is NYN liquid illuminator. So this actually dries as fast as flash. Let me use that word. It dries so fast. So if I'm using this, I tend to use my glow oil first before then using this liquid illuminator. So I'm going to use this. I'm going to use the glow oil right here. The focus majorly on my cheek region. This is actually the part that you should worry more about. You can actually blend down to other regions, but that's the region that I love mostly to have the oil, not so much though. And then blend to the forehead. Every other part can still be matte, though not so matte, but can still be matte. This also helps to make my foundation. My foundation is actually pro matte. It's actually from Zika Cosmetics. I love using Zika Cosmetics foundation and other kind of foundation. So this also helps to make the foundation to glow. It gives you that glowing look when you're working on it. So as you can see, you just work. You can actually use your hand, but right now I don't think I have the strength to use my hand, so I just go with my brush. Okay, so if you're done with that, what I'll go in with the final thing is I'll go in now with the illuminator. It dries fast, so I'll try to be very fast with that. I really don't want to add it too much, so I'm just going to be a little bit not generous with it. So as you can see, it's having this more or less a glow look. Okay. So guys, with that, I think I'm done with the product. So I'm going to go with the last thing again, is the fix spray, and that's it's for face prep. This is actually from Kiss Beauty face spray. I use Kiss Beauty, and then you can also use I love Zika face spray. I love Flawless Fix Spray. I love Blossom Fix Spray. These are fix sprays that I've used, so I can actually recommend that to people. So I'm going to allow this set in first, and afterwards you can then go over to use your foundation. So these are, or should I say, this actually the process I use for my face prepping. That's more like you cleanse, you tune, you moisturize, you prime, and then any other thing that comes before you go over to use your foundation. If you use this process I just explained to us, I don't think you can get it wrong. Trust me, you can't really get it wrong. Your makeup will stay and you won't have issues when it comes to your foundation or your blending. Okay, I think I'll see you guys in my next video where I will explain to us the type of foundation you should choose or to check or to look in for when trying to select a particular product. Mind you, we have different kind of skin tone, so your skin tone varies. I may be using this particular foundation that is good for me and it will be very, very bad for you. That's why as a makeup artist it's advisable we have varieties, right? But then there's some products that are actually good for almost all skin type, and yes, I can vouch for some that I have used. But so mind you, take note of this. Moisturizing of the lips, basically most makeup artists do that, but I really don't do that. Why? I don't know. They tend to moisturize the lip. If my clients were to come in with a moisturized lip, more or less they have lip gloss on their lip, I'm going to wipe it off. I know that so other things you have lip balm that can use to moisturize the lip, but me personally I don't like moisturizing the lip while doing my face prepping. I love to have the lip very, very bare, because obviously I'm going to apply foundation and then foundation will still cover the moisturized lips, and I don't want to have issues with blending of my lipstick. So I want to know what I have there. I don't really like having the lip, although I do add lip balm, but that is when I'm ready for the lips. So if it works for you, it is fine. What works for you may not work for me, and what works for me may not work for you. But you can't really go wrong with face prepping process. It can work for me though. It's not as if it won't work out, but I prefer having the lip very bare, and I will apply the lip balm when I'm ready to face the lip. Not like I apply the lip balm and then I'll still cover it with my foundation and still go over it again to apply the lip balm when I'm ready for the lip combo, right? So basically I don't do that like with my face prepping. I do that when I'm ready to focus on the lips. Okay, so I hope this was actually very, very helpful. I hope these few tips or this face prepping method was helpful. If you have any question or something you don't really understand, please drop it at the comment section. I will be sure to get to reply everybody to the best of my knowledge. And if there's anything you feel like you don't understand, drop it at the comment section. If this process is not same as yours, you can as well tell us your own process on the comment section. You may just say you do your cleaning and then you do your moisturizing before you do your tuning, before you do your primer, or you do your cleaning before you do your priming, moisturizing and tuning. Any method you can let us know at the comment section, and I will try to give it a try to know if it worked out too. Who knows, it may be the best pattern for me too. So drop the comment section and I will try to let you know if it worked for me as well. Okay, so that's basically what I have for us today, and I'm very, very grateful that you guys are with me to this very, very, very minute. So I have to see end it here right now. I'll see you guys in my next video, maybe when I'm doing a makeup tutorial, or when I'm giving us a free tips on products to use, maybe foundation product or eyeshadow product or lip product, who knows. But then it will still be educating. Okay, and don't forget to click on the like button, subscribe to my channel, and that notification bell, please click on it so you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. You don't want to miss out on any of our tutorials. See you guys in my next video. Bye.